Kung Fu Panda 4 Plot Summary. Kung Fu Panda 4 is the latest addition to the beloved movie series, featuring Pa, the dragon warrior panda, and Zhen, a cunning fox thief, as the main characters. This time, they face a formidable villain, a chameleon sorceress who can shapeshift at will, making her extremely dangerous. The movie kicks off with Tai Lung's return, pressuring the goats to surrender their iron. Meanwhile, Pa is busy launching a new restaurant in the Valley of Peace with his two fathers, Li Shan and Mr. Ping. However, their plans are interrupted when Master Shifu arrives with a new task for Pa. Why is Pa stressed? Master Shifu shocks Pa by revealing that it's time for him to choose his successor as the Dragon Warrior. Additionally, Master Shifu explains that Pa must become a spiritual leader and teach inner peace to others. Pa is stressed about giving up his position and the responsibilities that come with it. Moreover, Pa is nervous about his new role as a preacher. He's been a skilled fighter for a long time, but he feels inadequate when it comes to giving spiritual advice. Now, he must learn this new skill and pass on his knowledge to others despite his doubts. Why did Zhen and Pa join forces? During the ceremony to select the next Dragon Warrior, Pa gets overwhelmed and flees to a tree to meditate for inner peace. However, his meditation is disrupted when he spots a fox, Zhen, breaking into the Hall of Antique Weapons. Pa chases after Zhen and apprehends her, only to learn that Tai Lung has returned, as reported by some goats. Pa is skeptical since he had previously defeated Tai Lung and sent him to the spirit realm. Zhen hints that it might be the work of Chameleon, a sorceress capable of shapeshifting. As Pa interrogates Zhen for more information about Chameleon, he realizes that Zhen knows a lot about her. Pa strikes a deal with Zhen, promising not to imprison her if she leads him to Chameleon in Juniper City. How does Zhen know Chameleon? After Zhen agrees to the deal, the duo embark on the treacherous journey to Juniper City. Meanwhile, back in the Valley of Peace, Po's dad set out for Juniper City in search of him. After a long and action-packed journey, Zhen and Pa finally arrive in Juniper City. However, Zhen reveals that she is a wanted criminal there. Pa is shocked by the bustling city, a stark contrast to the peaceful valley. Upon their arrival, they are chased by the bull police but manage to escape after a comedic chase. Zhen takes Pa to her supposed family, who initially greet her with hostility. However, Po's kind words help them reconcile, and they allow Pa and Zhen to stay the night. The next morning, Pa and Zhen head to Chameleon's lair, where Pa ends up trapped in a cage. In a surprising turn of events, Zhen hands over a powerful statue to Chameleon. It is then revealed that Chameleon had taken Zhen in when she was an orphan and taught her all her fighting and sly skills. Who becomes Po's successor? Chameleon reveals that she always desired to learn Kung Fu, but due to her size, she was constantly underestimated and mocked. Consequently, she chose the path of sorcery and mastered her skills. Although she could mimic Tai Lung's appearance, she couldn't replicate his fighting prowess because Kung Fu originates from the soul rather than the body. As Pa finds himself trapped in the cage, he punches the ground, creating a hole to escape. He engages in a fierce battle with the guards as he attempts to flee. However, Zhen suddenly appears with a staff, apologizing to Pa. Soon after, the real Zhen arrives, exposing the first as the chameleon in disguise. Chameleon then pushes Pa off the palace to his apparent death. Chameleon returns to her lair and, under the blood moon's light, opens the door to the spirit world. She traps the souls of Tai Lung and other villains of Pa, locking them in enchanted cages. Meanwhile, Pa is found alive, hanging from a tree in the valley, and is rescued by his fathers. Zhen, realizing the danger posed by Chameleon's newfound powers, tries to stop Pa from confronting her. However, Pa disregards her warnings and enters the castle alone. While Zhen and Po's fathers seek help from her supposed family and gather their own army, Pa heads towards the castle. When Pa confronts Chameleon, she willingly hands over the stash to him since she has already achieved her goals. A fierce battle ensues, with Chameleon shapeshifting into each of Po's adversaries. Despite her transformations, Pa and Zhen manage to overpower her. However, Chameleon then assumes the form of an evil version of Pa and traps him in a cage once again. Pa entrusts Zhen with the stash once again, and she delivers an impressive move that incapacitates Chameleon. Pa escapes from the cage, and they put an end to Chameleon's sorcery. Pa also restores the kung fu abilities of all his enemies, and they pay their respects to him. After returning to the Valley of Peace, Zhen says she is ready to serve her jail time, but Pa has a different plan for her. He selects Zhen to be the next dragon warrior despite Master Shifu saying otherwise. Pa assures Zhen that Master Shifu will eventually come around. The movie concludes with the Fantastic Five, Pa, Zhen, and their companions, training Zhen to become the next dragon warrior.